All right, so peace and Ramadan Mubarak to everybody out there. This your girl Tiffany coming through live in the fade. I want to address something. All right, as you can see, the title of the subject is about African identity, knowledge, and education. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I had a conversation the other day on social media. Right, I put up a post about how when it comes to learning about African history, you will have to step outside of the conscious community. Okay? If you want to learn a lot about African history, you're not going to always learn, I'm talking about factual detail, you're not going to always learn that in the conscious community. Sometimes you got to step outside of it and go to people who are within that perimeter, who are just historians, who are just anthropologists, or somebody who are educated scholars. Okay, sometimes you have to step out that conscious arena to go to others who are not well known, or even if you are in the conscious arena, there are those that's in the arena that is not even recognized. Okay, that is not, they don't receive enough credibility, like Neely Fuller Jr. He's one of them. Wade Noble is another one. Dr. Charles Finch is another one. Dr. Amos Wilson. Dr. What's his name? Kobe Kaban. I think that's his name. Dr. Kobe Kaban, who was a psychologist. And it's just to name a few that's not well known in the conscious community. Okay? But they have great information. And a lot of people don't even take the chance to actually look at their work. So what I'm showing is people go by personality worship, all right? People go by personality worship. But getting to the point of this, you can step outside the conscious community. You don't have to just find out about African history or African literature or study just by dealing with those who are in the conscious circle. You don't have to do that. All right, there's plethora of scholars and historians and anthropologists who are not in the conscious community, who are actual professors, who are in the actual field of study. You will get a great deal of information from them than those who are so-called African centered. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones that so-called African centered, they'll give you a lot of made up, make believe stuff. They'll try to either blackanize everything and create a false narrative, or they're just looking for a cult following. This goes up to the point why I say you don't have to join organizations in order to be educated. It's not required. Now, being a part of an organization helps you to expand your horizon. You be able to learn different things and be able to connect with different people. Now, it's very useful. It can be helpful, but it's not obligatory. It's not obligatory for you to join an organization. It's your choice. Especially when it comes to having an African identity, it is not a requirement. That is your choice. And you don't have to be in an organization to have an education. All right? I'm talking about like as far as outside secondary school and colleges. Okay, you don't have to join an organization. Now you can partake, you can volunteer, you can go to community events. But you don't have to be in the organization in order to develop an African identity. You don't have to do that. There's a lot of independent researchers out here that's not even involved in any type of organization or any type of community movement, and that's doing a lot of their education on their own. They done had mentors. Okay, I was one of those people that I was able to be mentored by people who was in organization, but I didn't have to join them. I done had people take me under their wings. They show me the ropes. Okay, I had people do that. So it's not always obligated. All right, because at the end of the day, your community work is not based on what organization you're a part of. All right, your community work is based on your deeds. Let me say that again. Your community work should not be based on what type of organization that you was a part of or you was affiliated with. It's based on your deeds. So yes, you're right. Social media. People are right when they say, "Well, you gotta go out social media to do things." That is very so true. However, social media is also a way to be able to network and connect with other people. So when there's time to do outside things, you can be able to network with those individuals and get things done. Social media has also helped people. Let's look at it from an advantage standpoint, right? Social media has helped people to be able to connect and be able to find sources online that they never knew of. Okay, they have not learned by those they were surrounded by in person. So social media is a great way to network and to be able to discover information. Social media has created that space for people. All right. And so again, you don't have to be in an organization to have an African identity. All right. You don't necessarily have to be in the conscious community in order to have an African identity. Okay. Now, it will help to expand your horizon. It will help you to learn. It will help you to be able to connect with like minded people. That's all it does. But you don't have to. You don't have to be in an organization. You can create your own organization. Okay. There's a lot of people out here that's doing a lot of work and they don't get praise for it. All right, because they don't belong to an organization. And there's multiple reasons why people don't want to join. You see the BS with Black Lives Matter, right? BLM, Black Lives Matter. You see what they was doing, right? Taking all the money that was donated to them and buying mansions out in Southern California. Then you want to know why people don't want to give their time to be in an organization like that. Who wants to do that? When all you're gonna do is take that money and then you're gonna put it into your pocket. So many of these so-called non-profit organizations, they, not all of them, but many of them, they have that cultish mindset. They're in it to profit off the people's fundraising. They're in it for the business purpose of it, not for the community's sake. And that was Black Lives Matter. They was in it for the business purpose. Okay, they knew how to finesse and hustle the people. And it wasn't about the community's sake. It was about their own profit. It was about making money for themselves. Now, if you do decide to get in some type of movement, some type of group, or any type of organization, do your research. Ask questions. All right? Read up on it. Get familiarized with it. If you have to go to some of the events, go to some of the events. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Anytime somebody tell you should not be questioning them or you should not and you should not be very critical or you should not have any second guess or any thoughts or whatever, then that's not for you. It's not for you. So you just need to step away from it. But do not be afraid to ask any questions. Do not just jump in it because it looks good and everybody look like they this, that, and the other, because it may not be what you really think it is. So really carefully analyze it. All right. And if you don't join an organization, that's okay. Do not feel bad. Do not let anybody make you feel guilty because they feel like you gotta belong to some type of group in order to have an African identity when you necessarily don't. You don't have to be belonging into any type of group. All right. You can volunteer your work in the community and not be belong in some type of community organization. I've done it. Okay. I've done went to community events. I done volunteered times where I did community work. I've done that. So I have supported those that I know that has good intention for the community. Okay? That's who I support. I support those individuals. And I still have people that I know that are part of these groups, various group organizations that still keep in touch with me. All right? But again, your work is not based on your organization, it's based on your deeds. Your work is not based on your organization, it's based on your deeds. So I'm going to post that up. Community work is not based on what type of organization or group or movement that you belong to, but it's based on your deeds and your passion. That's what it's based on. Remember that if you don't remember anything else. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave off with this. Always connect with your African identity. Don't forget where you come from. But also, do not become blind by those who makes you feel like you are just being an outcast either. All right. So don't let anybody talk you into having to join something. The choice is simply yours. You have the right to choose where you want to go and what journey you want to take. So don't let anybody guilt trip you because you're not a part of their community organization. All right? Do not let anybody guilt trip you. Be proud of who you are. Be able to learn about your African identity. Yes, that's important. Learn about those that came before you. Okay? Get somebody who you know is a mentor that can help. If you can find that one person that has mentored you, a couple of people that has showed you the rope along the way, then fall back on. At the end, somebody done taught you something, or some people done taught you some things. It could be your family member. It could be your friends. You know what I'm saying? It could be that college professor. It could be somebody that wants your best interest, that wants to see you progress in life. All right? So don't let these conscious individuals come at you with some, oh, well, you need to be in an organization in order to do community work, or you need to be in an organization in order to be educated. You need to be in an organization in order to have an African identity. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just got to have the passion. You just got to have the drive. You got to have the motivation. That's all you got to have. You got to have the passion and drive and motivation. And sometimes you have to do things, you have to start off on your own. You have to start off on your own sometimes. All right. You have to start off making the attempt to learn things on your own. Then, when you need help, you can come across somebody that's willing to help you, or some people that's willing to help if you need it. But other than that, sometimes you have to start off on your own journey. You have to make that step. Your step ain't gonna start with being in an organization. Your step is gonna start with your passion, with your potential, and with your deeds. Okay? Because right by now, a lot of these groups, they're pretty corrupted. They're psychologically corrupted. They're messed up. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of chaos going on in this group. All these groups out here, they operate off of egotism. Somebody trying to make money off of somebody, or some type of sex scandals going on, or whatever the case may be. So, with that being said, thank you guys for your time, for tuning in and watching. Okay. And I hope you all, for those of you that are celebrating Ramadan, I hope you have a great Ramadan. I hope you fast and be able to manifest and find some type of tranquility. And for the rest of you that gotta go to work and got to, if you're gonna sit back and relax and chill, please do that. All right, do so. With that being said, the choice is yours. The journey you gotta take alone. Can't nobody else take that journey with you. And also, you're already part of a collective. Remember that. You're already part of a collective. So even when you have this African identity thing, you was already a part of that collective anyhow, whether you acknowledge it or not. You're a part of that collective. Okay? But again, the journey is yours. You gotta take that journey. You gotta be willing to make that step. This is something that you gotta want to do. So until next time, y'all take it easy on yourselves. And I will come back with more videos. All right. So I won't do it today. I'll probably do it tomorrow. So yeah, I will stick on the subject as usual, but I just want to come in to address that. All right. All right then. So be safe, be careful, and peace and power and elevation. Ramadan Mubarak. Salam alaikum. And this your girl Tiffany, and I'm out. All right.